All right, have and have not fans. On this particular topic involving the nameless character involved, and yes, nameless because I actually went back to watch the ending of Second Chances during the end credit scene while they're showing the preview for this week's episode, I believe called On the Edge. I did not see the extra who was the shooting victim. I didn't see his name or the title of the character. I mean, I thought they would have said like, gunshot victim, and then the person who was the person that was laying under the sheet. But no, we have no idea who this person is. All we know is he was obviously shot in the head, and this occurred at the address, which was the building next to the apartment that Justin and Jeffrey were in, not the actual building, because remember, they didn't get a number, they just got the street address, as in the street itself, Spanish Moss Trail. So with that being said, not the same building. So in any case, we don't know who this guy is. I believe they even said they didn't find ID on him, and that's when David eventually went to identify the body, and it was his son. So the question that I honestly don't even have, I don't really care, but then again, I feel like I'm doing the opposite of what I do about 90% of the time on this channel, which is leave no stone unturned. Does this man's death have any significance, or was it just a red herring to get us worked up about Jeffrey? I'm more inclined to say it was just a nobody who got killed, and we were supposed to be thinking it was Jeffrey under that sheet, even though previews released in the month of April and May proved otherwise. I talked to my mom about it. Several other people were saying, what if Justin killed this guy before Jeffrey came over? And I'm like, what? I mean, there's so much to unpack from that, and I just don't think that's the case. The only way I could see Justin doing that is if, maybe he tried to hit on him or something like that, because apparently it seems that Justin is into black guys specifically. I mean, to my knowledge, I'm not saying that he isn't into white guys, but and correct me if I'm wrong, the only time in the series that we've seen on TV, not talking about stories from his past, I know Pearl said something about that boy he was caught in the back of a locker room with or something like that when he was in school, but we've only seen him, kind of come on to Jeffrey, RK, because even RK said that it happened, but he didn't, I think he left him alone because he didn't get up, because basically, he wasn't into it. And the only reason he kind of did what he did with Wyatt was for the sexual favor, and he would give him drugs. So I would just say that he probably has a preference for black guys. Again, I don't really want to dive too deep into this, but it's possible. But the way they made it seem, it's like, okay, this shooting literally just happened. You could also argue that, well, what about like the Vinny when Wyatt slit his throat in the Iron Bone bar, and it seemed like he was there for almost the entire damn day, because remember, Wyatt was taken to the ATM the next morning. Vinny gave him the drugs that night, and he's like, okay, tomorrow morning when the bank opens at 8 or 9 a.m., I forgot the time, go to your ATM and you better have the money or I'm going to F you up. So he wakes up Wyatt. And again, I don't really know how that went. Did somebody stay at the bar to make sure Wyatt didn't run away? Did Vinny stay there all night, or did Vinny come back the next morning? Because this was definitely morning. There were plenty of scenes that occurred at the same time that confirmed it was morning. Hell, you even had Wyatt calling his parents. And again, this was in the morning. But then, all of a sudden it's like, oh, Hannah's getting off of work at 6 p.m. so she can go make dinner for Benny. Wait, what? And then Benny goes there to get the money back at night. And then he sees Vinny's body. Then Mitch goes there, calls 911. They come get Benny, and he's still alive, even though continuity wise, he should have been bleeding on the ground for almost 10 hours at that point, yet he's still alive. So for this guy to get shot and be discovered several hours later and still be alive, is it unheard of? Not really, but at the same time unlikely. But this is Tyler Perry, there's no telling. But I mean, I just don't know if Justin was the guy that killed this guy. That's just my opinion. Who else? some people have been speculating Derek, and I'm like, no, well, no, actually, Derek in terms of being the shooting victim, but that's not the case because Keisha said instead of two, it was only one person that was shot because originally it was two headshots or something like that. But she didn't specify if it was two individuals or one. And I am not blaming Keisha at all because she was getting this information from the ambulance. And, you know, as they were getting close to the hospital, that's when the details were starting to be a bit, you know, shaky because, you know, they're busy trying to resuscitate this person. So obviously they're not going to give all the information because they're busy. The other medic was busy dealing with something else at the time. So guys, I know I'm probably going to, you know, regret this, but I'm just going to say this guy was a red herring. He was just a red herring. And his significance to the story was that he was a smokescreen to keep us guessing whether or not Jeffrey is alive. You know, I think one good theory involving Justin was, well, what about the gunshots? You know, what if when he pulled the trigger to the guns, you know, one was a blank, the other was a bullet, but there was a misfire, so the bullet went through the wall and then killed this guy through the other building. That is possible, but Jeffrey made it clear that both guns had a blank in them. They were not real bullets. Yeah. That's all I got. So if you believe this guy has any significance to the story, let me know. I don't want to completely cancel it, but at this point, I'm about 85% sure that this guy is never going to be brought up again. I just don't see why. Because everybody that seemed relevant to the you know, person I would kill, I mean, to be somebody that would kill someone like that, they were all busy doing their own thing. But that's not to say a lot of things didn't happen off screen. Who knows? Maybe it was a guy that owed them alone something. I don't know. Or what if it's a guy who got mixed up in the wrong crowd? Maybe he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. This occurred at the building next to where Justin and Jeffrey were staying, which begs the question, if it was the building next to where they were staying and there was a gun that went off with Justin being the security for the apartment complex, shouldn't he have went over in the rush? You know, given the fact that he was busy pointing guns at himself and Jeffrey. And when they say the building next to them, does that mean a completely different building in terms of, okay, where Justin and Jeffrey were staying, that was an apartment. And we saw an outside shot showing that it's not just an apartment building. I'm assuming it's like a little apartment community. So that's my guess. Like, again, I know I'm like bouncing all over the place, but this video is almost as clumsily put together as, you know, the story that Keisha gave to the characters. And once again, nothing against her because Madison kept pressuring her to get the stuff from the medics, but they were busy trying to keep the person in the ambulance alive, let alone trying to give all these details. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So with that being said, who do you think this guy was? Who do you think killed him? And do you think, like me, and for once, I'm the guy who's actually being a bit more relaxed about it instead of doing this elaborate 30-minute theory video. I'm just thinking this guy was just a nobody who was a distraction, and that was just to keep us guessing about Jeffrey. So with that being said, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content. And as always, I'll talk to you soon. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.